is about, and beyond that, just for what life is about, how to live life well and how to be true and honest to yourself and to your work and to your friends and to your world. And we lost one of those this year, and Frank Thomas has put together a tribute. And so I will just turn it over to Frank and let him tell you what happens next. So here's Frank Thomas.
Well, it's with a lot of sadness, I guess, that we're here tonight, but we need to also be rejoicing. You know, I asked Don a couple of weeks before he died, I said, Don, you written anything new? He said, no, I guess I've written them all. We went to see him in the hospital the night he died, and he looked better than he looked in a long time, bright-eyed and joking around and just having a good time. He told me just before we left, he said, he said, I was really ready to go, but I guess the Great Spirit had something else he wanted me to do. So we left, and it was the next day we were playing somewhere that we got home and got the word. First thing that Ann told me, she's the one that got the call, says, you know, Don Grooms is the only man I know could argue with God and win.
I remember my brother in song. I remember my brother in sorrow. I remember my brother in laughter. I remember my brother in dreams. I saw him sing. I felt his sorrow. I heard him laughing, and he told me his dreams. His name was Don Grooms. I will speak his name no more. Creator, are you dancing with him now? Aho.
The raven stands alone.
There was a whole bunch to love and admire in Don. Even if you had never heard his music, there was a whole bunch to love and admire in Don. The boy who had the potential to have nothing, who created a better world for us all, the man who taught, the man who honored his mother, the man who worked in civil rights with President Johnson to make the world a better place for you and for me. Don was the softest spoken, the gentlest, the most forgiving man I've ever known. And we're here tonight to celebrate the man and the music.
This is Don's song, Wild Birds. The wild birds flew by him, calling his name. Sit. I guess I done you dirty. I didn't mean to do you wrong when I went off and left you in that big house all alone. I just called to say I hope you'd understand when I explained that the wild birds flew by me, calling my name. They said, come on, go with us, leave the cities behind. We'll go out on some mountain just to see what we can find. We'll find a lake in Minnesota, a cornfield in Maine, a desert in old Nevada where we can live life again. Well, God knows I loved you and I wanted to stay. I'd still be there with you if the wild birds had stayed away. But I heard them calling, saying to me, let's go west and see if wild mustangs run free. calling, but I thought you'd like to know. Found some clean air and water in the mountains of Idaho. I found some woodlands in Oregon where the sky is still blue. And there's 2 bear cubs in Dakota sending their love to you. So if I done you dirty, I didn't mean to do you wrong. When I went off and left you in that big house all alone, I just called to say I hoped you'd understand when I explained that the wild birds flew by me, calling my name. That the wild birds flew by me, calling my name.
Pita Chuco. They came to the prairie searching for gold, demanding what did not exist. When Chief Pita Chuco explained there was none, DeSoto put irons on his wrist. And Chief Pita Chuco had a great feast. He told tales across the campfire about the vast riches beyond the Swanee. Told the Spaniards to search over there. And then the Indian knives met the big Spanish sword and were broken in the battle that night. Chief Pita Chuco slashed DeSoto's face, but he lost his own life in the fight. Then the Indians recovered, his rage was still high. He said, "Bring all those Indians to me." He slaughtered 4,000 and laughed as they died. Then he marched on across the Swanee. Then the Indians waited, and they came back again to the prairie where they hoped to remain. But the white men still wanted that rich prairie land. So he fought the new leader, King Payne. Colonel Dan Noonan brought troops to a lake. King Payne brought his warriors there too. And they routed the soldiers, but they lost their own life, as Indians usually do. For the soldiers came back, as they always returned, and drove the Indians off of their land. Poured 400 villages and watched them all burn, and ended the struggle Pita Chuco began. Now are there no more Indians in North Florida. There's no more land for the white men to take. There's only a prairie named for King Payne, and for Colonel Dan Noonan Alley.
Boy, he's big and tall. I haven't been introducing these people because you know who they are. However, you may not recognize this gentleman. He is from up in the Carolina Hills. You remember the first album Don ever did, Walk Proud, My Son, was produced by Tom Shedden.
Congratulations, Standing Bear. Congratulations, Standing Bear, today you are a man. Yesterday you were a heathen savage living off the land. Now the courts have changed the color of the redskin you have worn. At last you are a free man in the land where you were born. In the heat of Oklahoma, where the white man sat him down, Standing Bear was sadly watching his last son die on the ground. Father, please, the boy cried weakly, when my final hour has come, don't let my bones be buried in this Oklahoma sun. Take me home to the Dakotas, where my mother gave me birth. Let my body lie forever in the breast of Mother Earth. So they left the reservation, headed north through Omaha. That's where they were arrested, for it was against the law. Filed a writ of habeas corpus and set those people free. But the whites said, those aren't people, just Indians, can't you see? Then into the federal courtroom in front of Judge Dundee, where he said, of course they're people, you've got to set them free. Congratulations, Standing Bear, today you are a man. Yesterday you were a heathen savage living off the land. Now the courts have changed the color of the redskin you have worn. At last you are a free man in the land where you were born. They loaded up his body, headed for the burial ground. That's where the soldiers stopped them, said, turn this thing around. You're no longer an Indian, the courts made you a man. You cannot bury your garbage on this sacred Indian land. Congratulations, Standing Bear, today you are a man. Yesterday you were a heathen savage living off the land. Now the courts have changed the color of the redskin you have worn. But you'll never be a free man in the land where you were born. No, you'll never be a free man in the land where you were born.
Don wrote a lot of serious songs. One thing he was real serious about was having fun, and I think he wrote this one for just that reason. And one, two. I was born in Cherokee, North Carolina. Through no fault of my own, had any voice in the matter, Florida, where I'd have been born. But you can't call me a Florida cracker. Oh, I love this Florida sand. If great-granddaddy wanted me to be a cracker, he'd stole me some Seminole land. Had the flu the day the love bugs ate my mother, and I went to pick her up in Zephyr Hills. And she caught the train to Apopka, working the turpentine still. Well, I caught up with her in Micanopy. She said she was doing okay. She was pleasing the interstate truckers. Oh, mama, at a place called Cafe Risque. But you can't call me a Florida cracker. Oh, I love this Florida sand. If great-granddaddy wanted me to be a cracker, he'd stole me some Seminole land. I worked my way down to the tourist, squashed a palmetto bud or two. Stream mama, I ain't no cracker, and I'm blaming it all on you. 'Cause you can't call me a Florida cracker. Though I love this Florida sand. Do you love Florida? Daddy wanted me to be a cracker. He stole me some Seminole land. Hey.
Well, now y'all see the softer, gentler side here. Following that song was perfect about Seminole land. James, Billy, and I went up to see that Don left here standing pat and, you know, like carrying the things he needed for his trip. And so right there, that North Carolina clay right there at the cemetery, I brought back quite a bit of it. We put some down at Gore's Landing, and I put a little bit down by the gazebo, and so I'm going to put a little bit right here. Let me have to take it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Because see, we ensured that Don had everything he needed to leave with. And some of us just can't say goodbye that soon. So now every time we're up here, we know that we brought some of Don's North Carolina land down here to Florida. And I'm not going to start anything now. But I think we need to get that sign and these flags back up here. When God made man, put him on this land, said treat it with love and care. Only use, do not abuse. It was meant for all to share. Mother Earth will fulfill your needs. The sun will keep you warm. Respect all living, growing things, and bring this world no harm. For the grass still grows, the river still flows, the earth still brings forth its flowers. We ask that you be gentle to this land that once was ours. We did not give this land to you, it was not ours to give, but we welcomed you to our peaceful shores, taught you how to live. Well, now you say this land is yours, remember Chief Joseph's cry. If you will not give us a place to live, then leave us a place to die. For the grass still grows, the river still flows, the earth still brings forth its flowers. We ask that you be gentle to this land that once was ours. Pick one song. We only tried to do what was right, the truth you used to know. But please don't do to the red, black, or white what you did to the buffalo. For history's always had a way of repaying what is due. And whatever you do to these, my friends, another will do to you. For the grass still grows, the river still flows, the earth still brings forth its flowers. We ask that you be gentle to this land that once was ours. For the grass still grows, the river still flows, the earth still brings forth its flowers. We ask that you be gentle to this land that once was ours. Don, we love you, and we damn sure know you're here. Yep.
Does this one work? Okay. Wayne's coming. I got my Jerry Garcia tie on. Comes with a joke. What does a deadhead say when he runs out of drugs? Hey, this band sucks. They got their own CBs, they got color TVs. And every third car on the road is some old man from Michigan and a Gauss in Winnebago. See him bumper to bumper out on the highway. You can hear him yelling breaker one night, but they only ever stopped to buy a bottle of pop and to pump out a sewer line. They got decals on the window saying where the bend, bump stickers saying where the bound. Pull into KOA, they hit the hay, their feet never touch the ground. They got their own CBs and color TVs and every third car on the road. It's Ma and Pa from Saginaw and a Gauss in Winnebago. Well, in Winnebago, I'm sure you know, it's a Chippewa Indian name. It means standing, stagnant, putrid water. Now how's that for a claim to fame? I'd like to drive for hours through the land of the flowers, the home of the Seminole, and never see one man from Michigan and his Gauss in Winnebago. They got their own CBs, color TVs, every third car on the road. It's some old man from Michigan and a Gauss in Winnebago. Well, you can't go around sleeping on the ground with a sleeping bag and just your clothes. No, the cops will run you in if you're from Michigan, Gauss in Winnebago. But someday when I'm old, when my reflex is slow, when I got no more business on the road, I'm gonna move up north. I'm gonna rent me one of them 175-foot long Winnebagos. I'm gonna find their business road, get out there at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the left-hand lane with the right-hand turn signal on, go 15 miles an hour. I'm gonna hire me 2.6 kids to sit in the back and throw garbage out the window and have me a seatbelt dangling out of one of the doors making sparks on the pavement. In my golden Winnebago, they got their own CBs, color TVs, and every third car on the road. It's some old man from Michigan in a golden Winnebago. It's Ma and Pa from Saginaw in a golden Winnebago.
Excuse me.
Okay.
My playing's rusty.
Here's one Don always enjoyed singing. Sing with us on this one. As soon as we get the little mice out of here. Some days just drag on forever. Everything seems to go wrong. If we can make it through this evening, a new life will start with the dawn. And tomorrow's gonna be a better day. Oh, yes, it is. We'll lose all our pain and our sorrow. We'll all make lots of money and love each other more. When life gets better tomorrow, there won't be no more lonely people walking the sad streets alone. We'll all be instant companions, and hate and fear will be gone. And tomorrow's gonna be a better day. We'll lose all our pain and our sorrow. We'll all make lots of money and love each other more. When life gets better tomorrow. Understand.
Peace, goodwill don't just happen. It takes people like you and I. And if some turkey don't cross me this evening, well, tomorrow I might give love a try.
And tomorrow's gonna be a better day. Lose our pain and our sorrow.
Yeah.
We lose all our pain and our sorrow. All make lots of money. We'll all make lots of money and love each other more. When life gets better tomorrow. Oh, you know the words. Sing it with us now. Tomorrow's gonna be a better day. Tomorrow's gonna be a better day. Oh, we'll lose our pain and our sorrow. We'll lose all our pain and our sorrow. Oh, we'll make lots of money. We'll make lots of money. Love each other more. Love each other more. Life gets better tomorrow.
All right. A very sweet ending to that wonderful tribute to Don Grooms. Yes, another hand for Don Grooms. I didn't think it could possibly be over because there were so many songs that he did. It's not over. Just as I thought. They sent me out here. They said it's over. Frank, take it away.
Yeah, we got a couple more to go yet. Sue, come on. Sue Grooms, ladies and gentlemen.
They haven't got to let me have a voice mic yet tonight, and I can see why. It's a dangerous thing. But, Don, I just want to tell you this can be done sober, and I just want you to know that.
No, we just want to know Tim is sober. Don wouldn't believe that. He left and everything went to hell in a handbasket. This song is Solly died for me. Don used to say, Jesus Christ died for you, Solly died for me, and he meant it. Cherokee Mountain home, 'cause Solly died for me many years ago. I'd rather be in Cherokee than any place I know. In 1838, the Trail of Tears began that moved every Cherokee to Oklahoma, every woman and every man. But Solly wouldn't go. He vowed that he would stay, and when the soldiers came for him, blew their lives away. But the soldiers promised him if he'd pay for what he'd done, they'd move all they could to Oklahoma and leave the rest alone. So Solly and his sons stood in front of the soldiers' guns and gave their lives that day so the rest of us could stay. And while I'm in this world, no matter where I roam, I'll always be going back to my Cherokee Mountain home, 'cause Solly died for me many years ago. I'd rather be in Cherokee than any place I know. Cherokee Mountain home, 'cause Solly died for me many years ago. I'd rather be in Cherokee than any place I know. I'd rather be in Cherokee than any place I know. Any place I know. Any place I know. Thank you, Don, for that song.
Let's do it right now. Come on. I want to invite you to join us and use it up, wear it out. I don't care, whatever you do. D. Take it, Dennis. Just get it. Back in the hills where the bears and the whippoorwills, the closest store's 35 miles away. Though I'm now a full-grown man, when I close my eyes I can hear the words my mother used to say. Use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. You can pay for the things you want to buy. Wear your old faded jeans, they are patched but they are clean. Walk proud, my son, and hold your head up high. son of my own. He's even got his own telephone. It seems like I buy him something every day. He's got everything that money can buy, and it makes me want to cry, 'cause I know he'll never hear his mother say,
Use it up, wear it out, make it do and do without. We can't pay for the things you want to buy. Wear your old faded jeans, they are patched but they are clean. Walk proud, my son, and hold your head up high. Use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. We can't pay for the things you want to buy. Wear your old faded jeans, they are patched but they are clean. Walk proud, my son, and hold your head up high. Walk proud, my son, and hold your head up high.
Just remember that history to some is heartfelt memories to others.
Thank you all. I don't think they'll be back. They've all gone backstage. Thanks. That was very sweet.